Today we have new anglers and very seasoned anglers making an impact in Arkansas. We'll also take a field trip to a place that sounds magical during a hot Arkansas summer. We take a hike in Iceland on legendary Mount Thorsmork. That and our team of experts and products on this edition of Arkansas's Great Outdoors. This is one of my favorite parts of the show. This is called First Fish, and I've got Isaac here. Isaac, how old are you?
8.
8 years old, and you're in 2nd grade, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you live in Little Rock?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready to catch a fish today?
Yeah.
So this is gonna be exciting. Are you aware of what's inside here?
Mm-hmm.
This is the magic. This is the magic that happens. These are the minnows that are grown right here in Arkansas. Look at that guy, he already jumped out. These guys are so excited to fish with you today. Okay, so hold that line. Now the bail's open, and now we're gonna cast. We're gonna cast like this, and then go. Just like that, perfect, perfect. Okay, so now we close the bail, and I believe you've got a fish right there. So start reeling in. That is a world record. First fish right there. Look at the size of that bluegill. That's amazing. Look at that. That right there, that is one of the biggest bluegills I've ever seen. Look, that's a full hand width right there. Isn't that amazing?
Uh-huh.
You want to touch it? Want to hold him? Yeah.
Ouch.
He's got some little spikes right there. But he is excited to be on television right now. Looky there. Whoops, and he's gone.
And he's
Just like that, he took off. Well, how about that? That's like the fastest first fish ever. All right, you want to catch another one?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. All right, the other jumpy, aren't they? Okay, let's see if we can get him transferred over. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we know we gotta be ready. We gotta be ready to go fast here. Make another cast. All righty, now we close the bail and watch that bobber and get ready to raise that rod tip up whenever that bobber goes under. Okay, there you go, there you go. Look at him go. That's another big old bluegill right there. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. I think that's even bigger than the first one. Look at that.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, there's one already wanting it.
Oh, look at here.
We can probably just
That's
catch
right.
him. Trying to get him.
Yep.
He's trying to swim.
Oh, he took another swipe.
Ooh.
Oh, look at there, almost. This is so much fun. Oh, there you go.
I already got him.
There you go.
He has a yellow stomach.
That's right. That was one of the funnest catches we've ever had.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great. Look at him. Boy, what a beautiful fish. Look at that. Got the gold
He has
on
a
there.
lot of gold right here.
Yeah, a lot more gold than the last one too. All right, Isaac, you've had 3 amazingly beautiful bluegill. We're gonna put this guy back in the water, and then we're gonna see if we can go catch a bass. You wanna do that?
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
here we go. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
He's gone.
Whoopsie.
That's all right. That's all right. Might be a big boy right there. Let's see. Okay, I can see the minnow down there. Okay, there you go. You got one. And that's a bass. That's a bass right there. Look at that.
That's a giant
That's a
one.
giant largemouth bass right there. Isn't that cool?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that is nice. All right, buddy. Is this fun?
Uh-huh.
All right, you are an Arkansas fisherman now. You are certified Arkansas fisherman. Congratulations, Isaac. It has been a lot of fun to have you on the show. Good job. Good job, buddy.
I'm Trey Reed from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. You know, we get a lot of calls at Arkansas Game and Fish about, various animals that might become a nuisance or that people might have some inherent fear of. Anything from skunks to bats to you name it. But the number one thing you can do to keep yourself and those animals safe is just keep a safe distance from them. Whether it's a cute and cuddly critter or something that may inspire a little more awe and then sometimes fear, just keep your distance. Observe that animal from a safe distance. It's going to be good for you and good for the animal. Another key message is don't feed wildlife. Don't try to pick up wildlife. This can habituate wildlife to humans, make them lose their fear, which usually doesn't end well for either the human that's feeding them or for the wildlife that's been fed.
We thank our friends at the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas for providing the safety tips which help us make sure our days in the outdoors are all about enjoying the wonders of nature. Now, when we come back, we learn the history of one of our state's important fish hatcheries and how new improvements are going to improve your chances of catching the fish of a lifetime. Arkansas's Great Outdoors is brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers, by Visit Hot Springs, America's first resort, by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, by Vexus Boats, and by Certified Arkansas. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission recently announced some major plans for our Arkansas fisheries. They include improvements to Lone Oak's Joe Hogan Fish Hatchery, immense water conservation, and a program designed to bring big bass to our Arkansas waterways.
When I think of Joe Hogan Fish Hatchery, I think about what it means to the agency. When you think of Joe Hogan, I think about a young man who was 16 years old, told me the story about how he started cutting grass here at 16 as an intern in the summertime, which sparked the fire in him to go get a biology degree at Arkansas Tech University. Come back to the agency. It's been 36 years with the Arkansas Game and Fish, rising to the ranks of the 18th director of the Arkansas Game and Fish, Mr. Pat Titz. And from that, we carry on to continue the legacy of providing fish throughout Arkansas. The Joe Hogan Fish Hatchery is responsible for millions of stockfish throughout Arkansas. These stockings play a huge role in the success of many of our lakes and streams. It's safe to say that throughout Arkansas's rich conservation history, the Joe Hogan Fish Hatchery has played a part in hundreds of thousands, if not billions, of anglers who are hooked on fishing in one of Arkansas's many lakes, streams, or community ponds. This much-needed investment in the Joe Hogan Fish Hatchery, which is over $16 million, will help enhance fisheries in Arkansas for decades to come.
And with this facility's precise control over water temperature and photo period, hatchery staff are going to be able to spawn bass outside of their natural season. What this means is we'll be able to start bass weeks or months early, and that'll allow us to grow them to a larger size than their counterparts out in the wild, so that when we put them in there, they're bigger than their counterparts. The Legacy Lunker program is going to push the envelope in producing and managing trophy bass like never before in AGFC's history. From January through March, AGFC is going to accept donated bass weighing over 10 pounds caught from Arkansas's public waters. These donated fish will be bred with selected males that have trophy genetic markers identified through a collaboration with our genetic partners at Red Hills Hatchery. After spawning, each donated bass and its offspring will be released back into the water body from which they were caught. These spawnings are going to leave a lasting legacy for trophy bass production in Arkansas. First and foremost, the program's goal is to drive excitement around bass fishing with an emphasis on catching and celebrating big fish in Arkansas. An angler recognition program is going to run year-round, and recognition categories will be given to anglers catching fish that are 10 pounds plus, 8 pounds plus. We're going to have a youth category for folks under 16 that catch a 6-pound plus fish. Also categories for spotted and smallmouth bass. And folks that catch large enough fish that submit them to the program are going to receive a prize pack in recognition of their accomplishments. We'll also track this data and have a great website that catches and shares this information about where big fish are being caught around the state.
That's a lot of activity from the folks who help keep our waterways going. Improvements to one of the nation's most important fish hatcheries and a legacy lunker program which will improve our chances of catching a bass we will never forget.
Blisters can hamper any hike, whether it's long or short. So here is a quick tip that you can do when putting on your shoes to try to prevent blisters. When you put your foot in your shoe, immediately we usually just start tying it. Before you start tying, give your shoe a little kick on the heel, and that pushes your foot to the very back of the boot. Then go ahead and tie it. Another great tip is that if you're going to be in an area full of ticks, go ahead and tuck your pants into your sock. Not the ideal fashion statement on the trail, but it definitely can get the job done.
Arkansas's Great Outdoors is brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers, by Visit Hot Springs, America's first resort, by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, by Vexus Boats, and by Certified Arkansas Baitfish, the safe bait. As you know, we occasionally take a field trip and experience the outdoors in other states and sometimes in other countries. Today's trip takes us to a place far away with a landscape quite different from ours. But first, here's a little context from Lee and I as to why this location was personally meaningful. I served 5 terms in the Arkansas House of Representatives, and while Lee and I were out knocking on thousands of doors during our first campaign, the heat of an Arkansas summer was intense. Lee picked a city with cool weather to put on her phone's weather app, and it brought much comfort. It's our 29th anniversary hike, and it is snowing with a little sleet, and that's Beaver Lake behind us. And we really like this because when we're campaigning, it's very hot and sweating, and we dream of days like this.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true.
And what city do you have on your phone, Lee?
Reykjavik, Iceland,
And why do you do that, Lee?
because it makes me happy to look at their temperatures and dream of being there.
Yep. So there you have it. Let's head to a place named for cold, Iceland. One of the first things they tell you in Iceland is that when the namers of countries were handing out titles, they took the more beautiful land and named it Iceland. And then they gave the land that is literally covered in ice, Greenland, to throw off potential invaders and investors. Iceland is certainly beautiful and has an amazing outdoors landscape. Now, of course, commercial fishing is plentiful and is the nation's #1 industry, but there is stellar trout fishing to be found inland. One of my traveling buddies caught this beautiful specimen. And even hiking through the area, it is easy to see future specimens getting ready for their photo op. Lee and I decided to hike Thorsmork in southern Iceland, and it did not disappoint at all. We rode with a guide from Midgard Base Camp who took us on a ride in the coolest Ford excursion I have ever seen, and more on that at the end of this report. We joined a group that included a hiker from the Netherlands, another from Japan, and a couple from Long Island. Our guide's name was Disco, a native Icelander who is fiercely proud of his country and its terrain and is an excellent guide.
Trölla kyrka.
Ja.
Kyrka.
Vad does that mean?
Place of a troll?
Ja. Trölla kyrka. Trolls Church.
Troll's church. Okay. That's the troll's church.
Here when they gave it the name. But maybe it's where trolls go to church. I don't know. At least it's not where we go to celebrate believing in trolls.
Say hi, Lee. We're in Iceland, and it's cold.
If you ever have the hankering to go do some hiking at an exotic place,
I strongly recommend Iceland. This is Mount Thorsmork. It is as cool as the name suggests, Thorsmork. It's in southeastern Iceland, and it's got some just incredible views. You've got glaciers, you've got some forests, some incredible views and vistas down there. Look at the river flowing down below. There's a glacier. There's actually a very, very large glacier there. And then you've got a smaller glacier over my shoulder there. That's Eyjafjallajökull. And that was featured in the movie The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. The Ben Stiller character has to find the Sean Penn character, who is a photographer who has a big clue. And so the pronunciation is part of the plot as well. So there's something to look forward to. You never know what you're going to find on Arkansas's Great Outdoors. What could possibly top this incredible hike? A marriage proposal. Max and Daria from Long Island will never forget this hike. Max didn't tell us he was going to pop the question, but we cannot question his choice of setting. Daria said yes, and there was much rejoicing. Her ring contains a horseshoe, as she is a farrier back in New York. Even though there were times when the hike was fairly challenging, as we wound our way down from the mountain, I couldn't help but wish it could go on for another 6 hours. The views were so breathtaking. Lee and I are nearly 34 years into our wonderful marriage, and as much as we enjoyed this hike together, it's nice to know another couple is just beginning the trail of life together. Here's to more hikes and more adventures to Max and Daria. Now let's get back to that Ford excursion we rode through the rivers to get to this amazing location. This is what you can expect. A wonderful display of U.S. manufacturing performing in rugged terrain in an absolutely beautiful setting. Lee and I cannot wait for an opportunity to return. It was an incredible trip and one that we will remember during every 100-degree Arkansas summer day coming up. And that is our field trip. There are always some cool new products to peruse. We've got some good ones when we come back on Arkansas's Great Outdoors. Arkansas's Great Outdoors is brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers, by Visit Hot Springs, America's first resort, by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, by Vexus Boats, and by Certified Arkansas Baitfish, the safe bait.
It's the best riding boat, best handling boat I think I've ever been in.
Whole shot's amazing. 200 Merc, right up on plane, beyond impressed. You'd never know you're in a tin boat.
Everybody wants to look at a Vexus when you go by.
This is my 2080 aluminum. This is not your grandpa's old aluminum boat. This is a state-of-the-art, custom-built, performance hull. This thing is awesome.
A lot of our customers are guys that are sitting in a takeoff every Saturday morning and using their AVX as a platform to go win some serious money.
We've really focused on getting that hull shape where it needs to be for performance, also for stability.
You're not gonna have any trouble with big waves. I've had this in 3.5 and 4 footers out on Kerr, and I've felt just as safe in the 189 model as I have the bigger glass models.
Got a wide deck, it's very stable up front. You're not going to get the rock from side to side. The interior of the boat is laid out with room to fish, but it's stable, deep storage boxes. The list goes on and on and on of the different innovations that we have put into these boats.
This is not your grandfather's aluminum boat when it comes to taking care of fish after the catch and making sure you get to that weigh-in with 5 healthy fish.
You really want to get back in some skinny water that nobody else is willing to attempt to get. That's the beauty of using our aluminum boats in a tournament situation.
I love the 2080 because I love fishing shallow waters, and I'm just the knucklehead that'll get as shallow as I can.
The Vexus product has advanced so much that I would dare say that there'll be more and more aluminum product in tournaments as the time goes on.
When Vexus came out with this particular aluminum boat, I knew then it was going to be a winner.
Bravo. I think the team's done a great job.
Earlier in the show, we showed you how Arkansas is taking big strides to boost our angling opportunities with the Game and Fish Commission's Legacy Lunker program. Our fishing community is strong here with amazing businesses that are constantly innovating and building products that help us enjoy the outdoors. Vexus is certainly one of those products. And there's more. People all over are looking for ways to do things better. And here are a few products headed to the stores that may just help you. All right, we've got Ryan Williams here. Now this is, we've all seen Bluetooth speakers, and Bluetooth speakers are fun. We can never have enough Bluetooth speakers, but this is a new one here that I think a lot of folks are going to be very interested in.
Absolutely. Well, welcome to Deemer Box. Deemer Box is a USA made speaker out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We have two different sizes. We got the double speaker, we have the single speaker. And what's really cool about us is we have an exclusive partnership with Pelican. So everything you see here is a genuine Pelican case. They're waterproof, they're crush proof, they float. You can sync them all together. And what's really interesting is you can open it up and get internal dry storage. So you can keep your things dry on the water, your phone, your keys, your wallet, your t-shirt. And what's cool is you could also charge it at the same time. So there's USB-C, USB.
Okay.
And we got 40 hours of battery on this thing.
Wow.
So you can just charge it once, take it camping, and it'll last all weekend.
So this company has a unique heritage as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'll just give you the whole rundown. So the original founder is James Deemer. James Deemer was and currently still is the lead audio tech for the show Survivor.
Okay.
And he carried his stuff around in a Pelican case. And he's a tinkerer, and when he was about 12 years old, he built a speaker out of a shoebox. So he kind of always had that audio music kind of feel. Long story short, he's taken these other so-called waterproof speakers with him on the show, but they'd, go out within 2 weeks and maybe a month, they'd last. And so he had the idea of, well, if I'm carrying my audio equipment around in a Pelican case, what if I made a speaker out of a Pelican case? So he drills holes in it, brings it with him on one of the shows in Alaska, and it lasted the whole time. And so he goes back, he launches it on Kickstarter, and lo and behold, a guy by the name of Zach Brown from Zach Brown Band finds it on Kickstarter and bought one and completely fell in love with the product. Zach ends up becoming an owner in the company. One of his hunting buddies is the CEO of Jack Link's Beef Jerky, Troy Link. And so Troy ended up joining the company with Zach. And Troy's kind of the business guy, he's got things rolling. So after that happened, we just made the decision, let's go to market with this thing. So about 10 months ago, we went to market.
This is a very unique outdoors themed Bluetooth speaker. It's just great. And for the folks who know, in the TV world, Pelican cases are ironclad. I mean, this is what you carry around because of their rugged durability. Now you can combine it with music, and then you get the extra sound benefit of what's inside the Pelican case as well. This is fascinating.
Thank you. Yeah, we got camo units online, limited editions.
Cool.
Yeah, feel free to check us out.
We thank you for watching this show. We thank the sponsors for making this all possible. Our goal each week is to empower you to take the step outside and enjoy all the wonder and adventure Arkansas's great outdoors has to offer. Whether you like to fish, hike, camp, hunt, whatever you like to do, we've got it right here in abundance. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and we will keep your love of all things outside on your social media until we get to see you next week somewhere in Arkansas's great outdoors.